Alright guys, I got home and there was an envelope from the Norseman lockpicker all the way in Norway. It had one single lock in it, this GeGe. So if there's only one, all the way from Norway, you can bet your bottom dollar that this is a custom pinned challenge lock. And they got some nasty pins over there. This is a 7-pinner oval lock. We don't often see these here in the States, but we'll give it a shot. He also gave me the key, wrapped up in foil. We'll get to that in a minute, but you'll notice he's got 3 tags. Norseman Lockpicker has a kind of a unique marking system. He tags it. Green is an easy lock, red is an impossible lock, and then yellow is somewhere in between. You'll notice that he gave me all 3 tags and none doesn't mark which one it is, and that's because he sent me a lock with a green tag a while back, and it took me 2 weeks to get it open. So I complained to him about how difficult his green tags were. Now I guess he's going to let me decide which tag is applicable here. Anyway, let's go ahead and find the vise, clamp this up, and see if we can get it picked. Take a look at that keyway, though. My goodness. I need to find a pick to get up inside of there. We'll figure it out. Let's find that vise. Alright guys, we got this thing tied down. Took a look at the keyway when I was putting it in there. And first of all, I think I'm going to use top of the keyway. I'll use this Peterson, if we can get some focus action going here. Come on, camera. Little serrated wrench, because it's not designed to go in the top, but I've used it before. It grabs in there really good. So we'll try that. And then I will try a very deep hook. Because I suspect the Norseman lockpicker probably did to me what I would do to him, and that's put a lot of high lows in there. So let's just start it. A very tight keyway. I'm not sure that this hook will be able to get around that corner, very paracentric or curved keyway. And if it doesn't, we'll just change picks to something better. But this pick gives pretty good feel, I hope. I'm on pin 7. Okay, got a little click out of him. He was the first binder. I'm on pin 4. Got a click out of him. I'm on 5. Okay, got a click out of him. Okay, I'm going to have to say we have no faults set yet. I think I have 3 of them picked. And I would have to say that there's probably all, again, if I were to make this lock for the Norseman lockpicker, I would make all serrateds or even standard pins. Sometimes they can be hard to pick in a lock that has tight tolerances. And I would also do a lot of high-low cuts. I'm on pin 2. Got a click. I am on 6. Okay, a little click. Okay, everything in the back seems springy, which I hope means it's picked. Oh, here we got a little feedback. A little counter rotation. I'm on 6. I'm going to go ahead and try. Maybe we didn't pick him all the way. Okay, I just picked him. I got a very slight jerk on the core there. Little turn on it, little fault set. So I think we're on the right path. Trying to find another binder, but everybody seems springy. Okay, I'm on 3. There we go. Got another click on it. He must have fallen back down. Either that or it's a serrated pin, and I only picked to that first serration. It's hard to say. Okay, I'm on 3 again. Again, a little bit of counter rotation. But I think now I'm on the warding. I don't think that pick is going around the corner. Let me double check everything and then we can change picks. But I am getting some counter rotation. It feels like. Take a chance. No, I think that's set. I think I'm on that warding. So he might need to be picked, but he's got to be picked higher than this pick can go in this curved keyway. One more pass and then we'll switch picks. I'm just basically touching each pin, very light tension on the tension wrench. Alright, that's as much damage as we can do with that pick. I need something now that's flexible enough to go around that curve, and that's going to be this very flexy, it's a 15 thousandths Peterson gem that I've even thinned the shaft a little bit to make it a little bit more flexible. Let's see if he can get up inside of there. Give me some feedback. Any gain. Come on, Lock. There's like pin 2. Okay, I got to click out of him, but I heard something in the back fall, and that would be pin 7. I feel him hanging down there. Now if I can just get this pick to put him back without bending, we're good. Okay, I think we got him. I got a little turn on the core. It was pin 2 again. Checking those back guys. They seem springy, which leads me to believe I've got those picked. So, oh, I just touched 3. We got a very slight turn on the core. I mean very slight. I could feel it in my thumb, but I couldn't see it. I think one of these pins might just be hanging on the shear line now. It's probably one of those tricky pins with maybe one end of it thinned down, so you get a turn false set, but that little thinned part is still stuck in the shear line. Tricky little pins like T-pins. I've seen those on several European style locks. And I have no idea what GeGe has. Pin 2 again. Nope, he's okay. Okay, I touched pin 5 and I got a very slight turn on the core. We got a pretty good false set going now. But nothing like you'd get from a spool. Okay, I think it feels like both 7 and 6 are cut pretty high. But I think they're both set. I think that's about as high as I can get them without oversetting. Feels like 5 is hanging down near the bottom. But he feels set as well. Okay, that was not a pin, that was me sliding off the warding in the very back when I was trying to double check, but I still think those guys back there are good. I'm going to drag this just on the off chance. I'm going to lighten up on the tension just in case we push that ledge past the shear line. Maybe I can get him to back down a little bit. Nothing. Okay, well, it's worth a try. If I had to guess, and it's pure guess, I would say that 2, 3, 4, or 5 are hung. And I don't think 5 is the one. So I'm going to focus on 2, 3, and 4 here. Come out of there. There we go. All right, man, 10 minutes. I'm sorry, guys, but it's open, and let's see what we got inside of here. I'm betting some evil serrated pins. So let's get the box over here. Okay, let's see what the key looks like, because we're probably going to need that to get it over to pull the plug. Look at that. It was exactly like we thought. Had a lot of trouble getting, looks like the last 2, because it's a 7-pinner, so you got 2 there, hiding behind these 2 cut very low. So I had probably overset pin number 5 there more than once. So maybe I was able to rake him, or maybe 4 down. These 2 were high, and again, they were hiding behind this low cut one here. So that's kind of how I would screw over Norseman Lockpicker, where I doing it to him. All right, let's see if we can get in this thing. I'm going to probably not be gentle with this. Let's see if I can just take my ply. This is probably not the way you're supposed to use these, but I think we can just stick this right there and pry this off. Maybe. Not the way you're supposed to do it, but I think that's the only leverage I'm going to have, because that little tail piece is stuck in there. There we go. The tail piece, if the tail piece here hadn't been in the way, I could have just used, oh, he is in the way. I can't even get him out now. Alright, well, let's figure out how we're going to do this. I'm going to turn this like that, maybe, and then I'm going to have to use him kind of at an angle. That might work. There we go. Very slick. Okay, what do we got? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so they're all there. The anti-drill pins are missing, but it doesn't matter. We didn't drill it. Let me put this down so you guys can see. Sorry about that. All standards so far. All standards. And let's look here. There, on this core, it is not threaded, but there's a ledge that's been cut on 6 of the 7. I don't know if you can see that. I'm trying to get the light just right. Maybe if I turn it this way. You can see that ledge cut there. That would give us some problems, but I expected it to be threaded, which it was not. And let's see what we got here. Find my tweezers. Here we go. ASA. We got some ASA pins. These ASA serrated. Oh, another one. Let me tilt this up a little bit. There we go. All ASAs. Wouldn't you know it? I don't think GeGe put these in there. Another ASA pin, serrated. A Christmas tree pin. Very nice. Oh, and there was also a wafer in there. So I don't know if this was master keyed or what. Oh, he was probably in upside down, that's why. Very nasty. Very cool. Another stainless steel assa. And the last one, let him fall out on the ground here, another assa, sure. Very nice. This one must have been in so that, well, let me hold it up here. Oops. Okay, fellas, here's what we're looking at. All standards on the lower, and then on the upper was all assas, a variety of different ones. I found these are particularly hard to pick. They like to snag on those, that thinned out portion on the core. Very nasty. And then this looks like it might even be a homemade pin, but this was oriented, well, exactly the way that you see there. So this was near the spring, this little wafer, and then this little end here, well, that prevents this little end from going down inside of the spring. And then these serrations were sticking up there in the keyway, or in the shear line, and those little sharp edges probably were getting caught on those, on the core, on those little shallowed out parts that you see there. Anyway, fellas, I didn't think it was going to be quite that easy, but there you go. The lock from Norseman Lockpicker, all the way from Norway. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Everybody else, stay safe, stay legal. And by the way, if I had to give this one a tag, no doubt, I'd put the red. In fact, I'm going to put the red on this, so whoever gets it, you won't get the green and yellow. This is obviously a red tagged lock. Thanks for your time, fellas.